60 Minutes Overtime.
This week on 60 Minutes, our story is about the Sherpas of Nepal and our hike to Everest Base Camp. I guess you're always training in your world. Nima Rinji Sherpa was our guide up to Everest Base Camp. He is also the person who holds the world record for being the youngest person to climb the world's 14 tallest mountains, and he is an all-around amazing human being.
When you go to Everest, you can feel the energy that you are so small. At that time, you have to have a really, like an iron heart to know why you are here. You cannot say, I'm just here for fun. That's the worst thing that you can convince yourself.
The producer for our story is Jackie Williams. It's one thing to say you want to climb to Everest Base Camp. It's another thing to say you want to climb to Everest Base Camp as a 60 Minutes team with all the people, with all the gear, in order to turn this into a story for 60 Minutes.
I sent her an email and said, have you ever wanted to go to Everest Base Camp? And within minutes, she writes back, capital letters, yes.
Was there a profanity in that?
There might have been. There might have been.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
This was not an easy assignment by any stretch of the imagination, and the logistics and the foresight that it took to pull this off was unlike anything I've ever seen before.
Our crew consisted of Cecilia and me, and we had our 2 photographers, Jonathan Partridge, who's from London, our cameraman in Australia, Andy Taylor.
Say hello to the sound department.
Hello. Hello. Greetings from 14,183.5 feet.
And we had our 2 sound recorders, Matthew McGrattan, who flew over from New York, and Drew Levinson, who flew over from Colorado.
You have 60 seconds to hold it. Get us to 50.
The prerequisite for going on this journey was we had to train for at least a couple of months, or else we wouldn't be able to go up the mountain. And we were told we had to do about an hour of exercise 6 days a week.
I did as much rowing indoor as I could possibly do. So a ton of rowing, weight training, and cardio.
In Sydney, they have an altitude gym, and you're lifting weights and you're running on the treadmill. They pump nitrogen into the air, and it does feel like you aren't breathing regularly. You're not getting as much oxygen, and I honestly do feel like it helped me on the mountain.
The porters, we could not have done this journey without them. Not only do they carry all of our gear, and we had 800 pounds of gear, they are walking with you, they're laughing with you, they are showing you their country, their mountain, all while strapped with gear that is twice their body weight, because you can't actually helicopter that gear to that altitude. The helicopters get overloaded with that weight. So you need these people to get you up the mountain.
Do I look like a professional yet?
So we're hiking, huffing and puffing, and then she kind of turns back around. She's like, so there's this bridge. It's coming up. It's a suspension bridge.
I'm talking to Jackie right now. These are my last wishes. Sorry.
And you turn this bend, and you get this view of this bridge, which is 45 stories up.
So far, so good.
It actually was the only time on the trip where I was like, ooh,
Can I do this?
Can I do this?
Yeah.
Do you look down?
Yeah, I can look down.
I cannot look down. What do you tell yourself when you get scared?
I'm just trying to calm myself down and just realize who I am.
We had one of our cameramen, John O'Partridge, who was standing at one edge of the bridge, and then we had a drone going up so that we could give our audience perspective of how high this bridge was. I think I had many moments thinking, what on earth were we thinking?
No, right here, people.
You'd hike for 5-6 hours, find a village, maybe have some tea, maybe spend the night there.
We'd stop for lunch, ate
A lot of dal, a lot of rice, a lot of momos, which are Nepalese dumplings.
Every night when we get to our destination, they put a pulse oximeter on and they check our oxygen levels, and they knew at that particular altitude that we were at what our oxygen levels should be. And if we did get in a bad situation, we knew that we'd have to go back down the mountain.
Just you can see, base camp.
There it is.
You made it.
By the time we got to base camp, the altitude was almost unbearable. We could not breathe. Our lips were blue. You could hear your heart beating in your head. We barely slept at night. There's a very real danger you could die in your sleep. The Sherpas would do tent checks. They would walk all along the tents and just kind of do a, Cecilia, are you in there? You okay? And even if you're not really sleeping, you're sort of like, yeah, everything's fine. And then they move on to the next one.
And what they tell you is when you're up at those heights, your brain actually, you become very discombobulated. It's hard to think clearly. Things are slow.
You're very fuzzy.
Whoa!
This one is big.
You're in your tent. It's pitch black. It's night. And we hear this loud crash. And woke up in the morning and everybody was like, did you guys hear that? Did you guys hear that? That was scary, right? It was actually an avalanche and it was very close to base camp. Drew, one of our audio technicians, said that he was so scared he actually got fully dressed, put his clothes on, and just laid down in bed. Was like, well, if the snow covers me, I'm going down in my coat. We took a helicopter back down the mountain. It takes 3 hours to get back down to Kathmandu, just like that. 10 days to climb up, 3 hours to get back down. The view is humbling, it is satisfying. You are awestruck that you did that. You are thankful that you survived.
Morley would not have done this
This was the hardest thing I've ever done physically. There were days where I definitely wanted to quit. There was a lot of profanity. And then there were these moments where you would look up and go, wow, we are at nearly the top of the world. And there's a silence that is undescribable. There is a beauty that is undescribable. It is one of the most amazing and challenging things I have done and probably will ever do.